So good morning, everyone. I just want to wish everyone a very blessed Sunday. Hope everyone is in their church home this morning, praising and worshiping God. I have to work in a little while, so it didn't happen for me this morning. Want to just bring forth a little message. Just think someone needs to hear what God has to say today. So I'm going to go to Luke chapter 8 verse 43, okay, which states, "Now a woman having a flow of blood for 12 years, who had spent all her livelihood on physicians and could not be healed by any, came from behind and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her flow of blood stopped." I can say that I understand what this woman was going through, but technically you really can't, okay? You don't know unless you have had an issue of blood for 12 years. She had spent everything that she had on doctors to try to get healed, and it did not work. I can only imagine what was going on in her body. You know, you've got to think anemic. She must have been so anemic, which just makes you so tired, which makes you feel so sick. You know, she was wore down. She was run down. Probably didn't feel like moving out of bed, you know, pretty much every day. And yet there are still things to do and a work to be done. And even back then, you had to work in order to live, to survive. So just the thought of that kind of makes you, you know, feel bad for her, knowing that, you know, she was so sick in her body and could not function. Same is for us today, of course. You know, we get sick in our body, and the weight of the world, even as women nowadays, you know, we take care of families, we take care of members of families, we take care of the kids, we take care of the house, and we still work 40+ hour job every day and every week. So there are things, you know, that weigh us down as well. We as women have always been told, you know, we can't afford to be sick. We don't get sick days because we are a mom 24/7. So there's just a lot. And I know that even now, women are struggling, you know, with the weights of the world and anything that the enemy can throw upon them, we deal with. So I have a little story that I want to share, which was brought to us many years ago by T.D. Jakes, when he brought forth this series of Woman, Thou Art Loosed. So I want to share it. I think somebody needs to hear that you are not alone, that you are not the only one that is going through what you're going through, or has ever been the only one. And there is hope for whatever it is that you're going through. All right, so if you could listen, just listen to the words. You don't have to focus on me, but listen to the words. Close your eyes if you have to, and just let me read this little story to you, okay? She tossed aside her blankets and pushed her feet toward the floor, wrapped around herself some clothing, and began to drag her afflicted body toward the door. She heard a stranger was in the city. A ministry of healing had he. If she could drag her body to the service, perhaps today might be the day that God would stretch forth his finger and touch her in a special way. Well, she sat in the service like she had for 18 years before. But when the stranger stood in the pulpit, he opened up the word and began to declare a word of healing, a word of deliverance, a word that spoke to her innermost needs, her fears, her tears. He spoke to her gender. He spoke to her self-esteem. He spoke to every secret thing she had gone through. He said, "Woman, thou art loosed," breaking the chains of her past, tearing the limitations from her body. He said a word of deliverance that came to her just in the nick of time. She shocked everyone around her when she stood to her feet that day, and at the voice of him that spoke, she began to walk that way. He leaned over into her ear and spoke a word so bright and so clear that when she heard it, it delivered her. It transformed her from all her fears. Now maybe you face a test and you've said, "Lord, I've done my best. I don't know where to go or who to talk to or where my weary soul can find some rest." I'd like to recommend that stranger. He's still speaking words of life today. And if you let him come into your heart by the power of his word, there's still something the Master wants to say. Woman, there's nothing that happened to you that God can't see you through. There's no pain that you bear. There's no fear, no problem you've endured that he can't see you through. So gird the loins of your mind and tell the devil he's in for a fight. Because the voice of him that speaks to you, you can walk into marvelous life. Take heed to those words, "Woman, thou art loosed." You are loosed from your pain. You are loosed from your struggles and your fears. You are loosed from your past, sickness, and all your tears. Yes, every one of your chains are broken, and at last your soul is free. Now you can stand up straight and get ready to walk in liberty, because he who the Son sets free is free indeed. You're beginning to move, to stretch forth your limbs and to move towards liberty. Woman, your past is behind you, your fear and your abuse too. Jesus died on the cross to liberate you. So take courage in your hand, take the word in your heart, and take the shield of faith, the sword of the Spirit, and run. Run. Run out of your past and into your future. Away from your old you and into your destiny. You are loosed. There is nothing that can hold you back. Shake yourself, old captive daughter of Zion, and loose yourself from the bands that are around your neck. Your prison doors are open. Spread your wings and fly. Woman, thou art loosed. I love that story. I love that story because it covers so much. There is nothing that you are going through that God cannot see you through. Depression, he can't, it's gone. If you go to that cross and accept the gift that was freely given, it can be gone. Our bodies are tired. Our bodies are tired, and some of us have arthritis, some of us have diabetes, some of us, suffer from depression, we suffer from anxiety. It can be gone. Can be gone. There is nothing your God can't see you through. From your past, sexual, physical abuse, mental abuse, it can be gone. There is nothing he can't see you through. Pain in our body, gone. Jesus died on the cross. That was pain. That was pain as well. He knows what we're going through. He can see us through. I just wanted to let somebody know that they are not alone. They are not alone in whatever it is that they're going through. And if you run to that cross, you will find rest. You will find rest there. You will find peace there. You will find hope there. It can end today. It can end right now. I pray that somebody has received. Somebody will be blessed today. You are not alone. Nor have you ever been. All right. God bless you. Thank you.